Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Idris here and today we have an interesting project. I have worked on a PS3. This PS3 Slim 3000 series motherboard KTE001 came to me all the way from Karachi, already checked by another technician. The fault was very straightforward on the surface. Press power, green light appears and the system instantly shuts off. No red blinking light, no standby recovery, just a hard cutoff. Now what made this case worse, someone had already attempted a CPU reflow using a heat gun, but from experience I knew immediately this is not a BGA issue. This is something deeper, something at the component level. When I inspected the board under magnification, I saw heavy corrosion across multiple zones, especially around power delivery sections, PWM controller areas, memory circuitry. Now corrosion is dangerous because it doesn't just break connections, it changes electrical characteristics. It can increase resistance, create leakage paths, or even partially open circuits. So before doing any measurements, I performed a full deep cleaning using isopropyl alcohol. Because if the board is contaminated, your readings will lie to you. Let's analyze the symptom technically. We have 5 volt standby present. Power button triggers the system on. Immediate shut instability. Missing feedback signals or protection being triggered early. So I started with resistance diagnostics. I began probing low ohm resistors around CPU volt core rail, GPU volt core rail, power filtering networks. And this is where I found the first major issue. 4 resistors rated at 1 ohm were out of spec. These resistors are extremely important. They act as CPU and GPU's power filtration resistors, current sense elements, part of the feedback loop for PWM controllers and filtering components for stable voltage delivery. If these drift even slightly, the PWM controller loses accurate feedback and shuts down the rail for protection. On top of that, second, I found 2 resistors rated at 12 ohms, but they had drifted into the kilo ohm range. That's basically an open circuit. So I replaced all of them. After replacing those resistors, I powered on the system again. This time, instead of instant shutdown, the console stayed on for around 10 seconds. Now this is a critical moment in troubleshooting because this tells me the system is progressing further in initialization. Some power rails are stabilizing, but something is still failing during boot. This gave me confidence to continue. Next, I focused on the PWM controllers. I observed that PWM chips were attempting to switch. There were clock outputs during startup. This behavior indicates the PWM is trying to generate CPU and GPU voltages, but it is shutting down due to invalid feedback or fault detection. So I checked feedback resistor dividers, compensation capacitors, coupling networks, and again, I found 2 more resistors that had drifted out of value. These were directly affecting the feedback loop. After replacing them, still no full boot. At this point, I had already replaced multiple components. The board was clean, power behavior had improved, but the system still refused to boot. This is where most people either give up or start guessing. But guessing at this level will destroy the board. So I changed strategy. I connected the UART to the board to communicate directly with the Syscon. And I retrieved the error log. The error code was A0805FFF. Now this is not a common error. So I had to dig deeper into documentation and developer references, and I found something very interesting. This error had been linked to memory subsystem failure due to oxidized components. So now I shifted focus completely to the memory area. I started checking bias resistors, termination resistors, coupling capacitors, because in high-speed memory circuits, signal integrity is everything. Even small resistance changes can cause timing errors, signal reflections, initialization failure. And there it was, I found 4 resistors that had drifted out of spec. I replaced them, but on startup the same state, but there was one resistor rated at 52 ohms measuring 53 ohms. Now this is where experience matters. Many technicians would ignore this, but I had already seen how corrosion affected this board. So I made a decision: if I am going this deep, I replace everything that's even slightly suspicious. I removed that 52 ohm resistor and replaced it with a precise one from a donor board. At this point, more than 14 resistors had been replaced on this motherboard. Then I powered on the console. No shutdown, stable power. and suddenly display output appeared. The system booted and the XMB music started playing. That moment, after all that struggle, is something only a repair technician can truly understand. So what was the real fault? It was not the CPU, not the GPU, not BGA. It was distributed resistance drift caused by corrosion, affecting VRM feedback loops, power filtering, memory signal integrity. And one critical takeaway, even a 1 ohm deviation in sensitive circuits can stop the entire system from booting. This is the reality of advanced board level repair. No shortcuts, no guessing, only logic, measurement, and patience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next repair.